Hello everybody and welcome to Strategy Now here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Taking a look at the markets in the midday, mixed. Right now the Dow Jones futures are trading up 22 points at 19,815. You have the Russell 2000 just hovering near flatline, down 50 cents at 1,358.90 cents. You have the NASDAQ up 26.75 at 51.39, and you have the S&P 500, the E-mini futures trading at 22.72.75, down $1.50. The dollar strength continues, up 40 cents. We're right now at 99.88, and crude contract is still holding its gains from this morning, up 32 cents at 53.11. Been an interesting market to say the least this Wednesday. And the bottom line is that Apple has been the silver lining. Reported record revenues, earnings, and again, as we had noted this morning, iPhone sales that were reported after the close yesterday were also record levels. You've seen that the shares for Apple have spiked about 6.3%. at right around 129, up $7.65. That's, by the way, almost 2 times its estimated move that we were talking about at Tech Talk last night. Just taking a look at the other sectors, the two most promising sectors, again, are technology in general, up 0.6%. The, again, silver lining there being Apple, but another leader that has been holding up that space is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, up $1.56 at 11.94 after the company had an excellent quarterly earnings result. That also has the semiconductors as a sector in space up about 1.2%. That's SMH. Also, what's been moving to the upside is financials, up about 0.5%. That right there is pretty much so the two sectors that have been to the upside and that have been holding up this market right now. Now on the counter-cyclical side, you have utilities. They're down 2%, and they've fallen the farthest, and that really could be due to the fact that we've seen an uptick, a noticeable uptick in the interest rates, and that's in front of the Fed announcement that's coming out in about an hour. Consumer staples, telecom, and real estate are all down between 0.5% and 0.8% right now. Now again, the hesitation could be a number of things. You know, we've had some decent but mixed earnings results. I think also the forecast going forwards and the guidance is a little bit mixed. But there's also the possibility of some pretty serious inflation concerns that are being highlighted and accompanied by the current economic data that we're seeing not only here at the United States but globally. As we mentioned this morning, the global PMIs are up across the board, both in Europe and in Asia, specifically China. If you're taking a look at the data that also came out, other than the PMIs, the Purchasing Manager Indices, you also see that the Manufacturing ISM Index for January and the ADP employment change came in much stronger than expectations. That means that there is now data that's backing up the expectation of growth accelerating in 2017. Now, these are encouraging for the overall health of the economy here, both in the United States and globally, but it also puts the market a little bit on edge about how hawkish the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, could actually be on their statements, and that's been dampening the buying efforts today in spite of the Apple strength. Treasuries, again, are the red flag. Right now the 10-year yield, that benchmark that I watch, is up about 4 basis points at 2.5%. And the Treasury markets across the board and across the yield curve have been in a steady selling pressure since the beginning of this morning. You're also, again, seeing the U.S. dollar strength, as we had mentioned, trading right around that 99, 93, 91 level. It's added a 0.4%. A strong dollar is going to put a lot of things into question. It's also going to put a lot of global growth in question if the dollar strength continues. It'll also hamper some of our exporting capabilities potentially down the road. So we're going to watch all of this very closely, but right now strategically in front of the Fed and after now the current earnings event of Apple, looks like market traders and investors are trimming a few profits here and there and we'll watch that closely. As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about the stocks that are going to be having some notable earnings announcements on Tech Talk. We're going to be doing that at 3:30 Eastern Time here at MarketStream.live. Join us.